He smokes one deep right field, and it is gone. A grand slam for Preston Allen.
Today is the warmest day yet, and the Yakima Valley Pippins look to channel their inner fire as they look to take one of the 3 games from the Cowlitz Black Bears as we wrap up a 6-game homestand. Good afternoon and welcome into your Yakima Valley Pippins pregame show presented by the Washington's Lottery. I'm your 2025 voice of the Pippins, Harmon Johnson, and I'm standing on this field here on a nearly 100-degree day in South Central Washington. You might be able to hear or see the sprinklers on behind me. They're trying to get this field ready to play in these hot conditions tonight. And just like the weather currently, the Pippins were hot on offense last night, but they failed to secure a victory in an 11-10 defeat to the Cowlitz Black Bears. Let's take a look at some of the 30 combined hits and 21 combined runs between last night's South Division foes. To get the Pippins on the board, trailing 4-0, Brett Haggerty would groove a ball into the outfield.
Flags are standing still. Brett Haggerty gets a fastball and he drives it. This one's going to get down in front of Poffenroth. Turning around third, Poffenroth falls down. The trail runner, St. Cyr's, on his way to the plate. It's a 2 RBI double by Brett Haggerty. And the Pippins have cut the lead in half.
Charlie Shebler would come up to bat in the next inning with a very similar situation and get a very similar result.
Shebler looking for his 3rd RBI of the season. The 1-1. He's going to rip this one over the glove of Bigby at first. Hansen is home. Not stopping at first is Shebler. He's in the second. Anderson's going to try and score all the way from first. And 2 runs are across here in the 4th. 3 total in the inning. It's now 6-5.
Max Senesac was also feeling like himself last night, picking up 3 hits and 2 RBI, including 1 of each here in the 6th inning.
It's 2-2. Senesac pokes one into right field. This is going to get down. 1 run is in, St. Cyr. A hard turn at third, but Bittner holds up. The ball actually popped away. Senesac's going to get to second base. But an insurance run comes home. It's now 9-7 after the hit and the error.
Despite Cowlitz continuing to score, the Pippins hung around and Neil Jansen was able to make this one a 1-run game in the 8th inning.
Neil Jansen would love to stick one into the outfield. 1-1 pulled down the line and into left field. St. Cyr is going to come around to score. It's an RBI single by Neil Jansen. Kyler Bittner stands at second, and it's a 1-run ball game here in the Orchard.
The Bears were threatening to score in the top of the 9th, but Charlie Shebler had other plans.
There have been a lot of base runners in this game. Line drive right at Charlie Shebler. He's going to step on the bag and get a double play. Pippins face the minimum in the 9th. And here we go.
But it was not enough. The Pips themselves would be doubled off in the bottom of the 9th inning on a line drive to right field, eliminating their base running threat. That was your look at last night's action. Coming up next on the Pippins pregame show presented by Washington's Lottery, I caught up with an artist who added the finishing touches to the opening weekend festivities. Stick with us here on Pippins pregame.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Welcome back to Pippins pregame presented by Washington's Lottery. Some of you who have been at the ballpark or have been watching on our live streams may have noticed the 3 logos painted in foul territory, celebrating our opening weekend here at the Orchard. Those logos were painted by Tom Petuello of Turf Graphics Northwest, who is a baseball enthusiast and art teacher with one of the coolest side gigs in the Northwest. How does one get into this profession of painting onto grass and turf?
Well, you know, I'm a high school art teacher and a high school baseball coach, so I'd done it a few times on our field. I just figured out I had a knack for making big designs. And then I happened to be in Walla Walla, I think it was about 16 years ago when they were starting in this league. And I met the general manager the day before, and all of a sudden that idea came to me. Hey, what if I paint the logo on your field? And he kind of looked at me like that. I showed him a couple pictures, and I said, I'll do it for free. You just buy the paint. Because I knew once I got on the ground, and even before I was finished, he goes, hey, can you come back on 4th of July? So it's really snowballed. I've been very fortunate.
What kinds of things go into preparing for a paint job like this? Obviously, there's a lot of paint that you have to bring, but then the designs, are you stenciling that? Do you look at those beforehand, or is it just kind of off the cuff and here we go?
Well, I do look at it beforehand, and I have it on a piece of paper, but that's the beauty of it. I don't use stencils, so it makes it very unique. I don't think there's anybody else on the West Coast that I know of that freehands designs like this. So you have to plan out the paint, of course, have enough paint. So these 3 logos today here is probably about a little over $200 in paint, so the paint is a big part of it.
What are some of the, highlights of your career painting fields for different leagues and teams around the Pacific Northwest?
I got a couple, and that's a good question. One was when the Mariners retired Ken Griffey's 24. All the teams in their organization had to retire that as well, so I worked for the Everett Aqua Sox. So I put big Griffey's 24 on the field big, but I also did it in the original Mariner colors, which is royal blue and yellow. And then I also have the ability to copy autographs. So I put a big, huge autograph across there. And it was great because the players are coming out saying, hey, dude, that's cool. So that made me feel good. During COVID, too, I developed a business to where I would put the logo of the school on the field and then the names of all the graduates. And so the graduates would come out and look at that. And it was very emotional for a lot of people. It was kind of felt good to be able to do that. I'd like to think it's kind of unique. Like I said, there's not really many people that do that. So I like to feel like it's a little bit art in terms of how it's created, right? It's not just anybody's coming out here. And I just enjoy baseball. I enjoy art. So I'm fortunate that I have a way of combining both of those.
The field looks great. Thank you so much for painting the field, and thank you so much for being out here.
Thanks. Go Pippins.
Go Pippins indeed. Tom says if you're having a big event like a graduation party, a yard party, or even any event where you might want to paint your yard, your field, anything that his services can be used for, he's available at his website, turfgraphicsnorthwest.com. Thank you so much, Tom, for making the orchard look beautiful for the opening weekend. Coming up next on the Washington's Lottery Pippins pregame show, it's the Banner Bank starting lineup for your Yakima Valley Pippins. That's next, and this is Pippins pregame.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases, old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Welcome back to Pippins pregame. It's now time for the Banner Bank Yakima Valley Pippins starting lineup as announced by head coach Garrett DeGallier. Shout out to the team at Banner Bank for being a longtime Pippins sponsor. If you're scouting for a bank that knows the Yakima Valley and will work hard to earn your business, they're a home run. If you're looking for a local bank that knows the Yakima Valley, go and see them. Banner Bank sponsoring today's starting lineups. The first man to the plate for Yakima Valley will be number 25, Dylan Anderson, playing right field. At third base and batting second is number 10, Charlie Shebler. In center field and batting third is number 1, Jaden St. Cyr. Hitting cleanup and playing first base is number 29, Brett Haggerty. Playing shortstop is number 12, Kyler Bittner. Batting sixth and playing left field is number 36, Neil Jansen. Batting seventh is the second baseman today, wearing number 8, Gage Reeser. Batting eighth is the designated hitter in today's game, number 5, Cole Hansen. And rounding out the lineup for the Pippins is number 15, Ethan Buckley, doing the catching on this hot Sunday afternoon. Again for Yakima Valley, Anderson, Shebler, St. Cyr, Haggerty, Bittner, Jansen, Reeser, Hansen, and Buckley. The starting pitcher today for the Pippins will be Jordan Rodarte. We'll get you his numbers when the Cowlitz Black Bears come up to bat in the top of the first inning. That has been your Banner Bank starting lineups. First pitch is next. This is Pippins pregame. game number 3 between these two squads. The Cowlitz Black Bears and the Yakima Valley Pippins, as we get set here on a very warm Sunday afternoon. Temperatures up near the triple digits for this one. The Black Bears now 2-3 on the season after taking the first 2 games of this series against the Pippins after dropping their opening weekend to the Portland Pickles, who are now 8-0 on the season. Cowlitz trying to get a sweep after being swept here in their 6th contest. Yakima Valley is trying to get back on the right side of the bubble. That is getting closer to that 500 mark. They're currently 2 games under 500 right now at 3-5 on the season, as they will try and get one here in the finale of this 6-game homestand. Talking with Charlie Shebler last night on the postgame, he said that at least getting one is better than getting swept. And certainly that is the mentality going into today. Despite the smaller crowd and the hot conditions, we will play baseball here in the early part of June in the Yakima Valley. For Cowlitz, they will send out a pretty similar lineup to yesterday. Matt Priest is still leading off and playing center field. Tyler Nelson is back at shortstop, and Paxton Bigby, who had a bases clearing double that gave the Black Bears the lead, ultimately that would win the game, is batting third and playing first base. Josh Hansen is out in left field today, moves up to the cleanup spot. Jose Carmona Jr. is the catcher in this one after getting yesterday off. Gavin Poffenroth, who picked up his first hit yesterday, is in the lineup as the designated hitter. Trent Wainfeld is back in right field again for the 3rd straight day. Sam Davidson is at third base again. And the only new face to the Cowlitz order is Cade Wynn, who will be playing second base tonight. He is 0 for 1 on the season, so we will see what he can do, as Yakima Valley sending out a pretty similar lineup to yesterday as well. Anderson in right, Shebler at third, and St. Cyr in center are the first 3. And as the teams take the field, Pippins wearing their home whites so far on this season. When the Pips wear that uniform, that's been their majority of the uniforms they've worn so far since they've been home. They're 2-2, wearing the whites. For Cowlitz, they're wearing their orange tops with gray pants and green socks. Kind of an interesting combination for Cowlitz. The umpiring crew tonight, Dave Canales is behind home plate, and Dylan Self is back in the field. This is the 6th game of the regular season that the Pips have seen this umpiring crew, 4th time that Canales has been behind the plate. As Yakima Valley taking the field prior to the national anthem, we are going to break for America's favorite song, and when we come back, we'll have the first pitch between the Cowlitz Black Bears and the Yakima Valley Pippins. Don't go anywhere. This is Pippins Baseball.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. 28-ounce Gatorades are 4 for $5. Fran's Donuts or sandwich bread is 2 for $5. Kettle Brand chips are 2 for $9. Plus find Key Men's Canvas Duck work pants for just $24.99 and Kleenex 4-packs for $6.99. And save in the bonus zone on Werner Jerky and Dawn dish soap. Saving our members more and keeping your dollars in your community. Bi-Mart since 1955.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about West Side Pizza?
I love West Side Pizza.
I love West Side. I love West Side.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
What's your pizza?
West Side Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. West Side Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens App is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
So here we go with Game 3 between the Yakima Valley Pippins and the Cowlitz Black Bears as we take a look at the Pippins starter Jordan Rodarte. Third straight day where the Pippins have sent a newcomer out onto the bump. The native of Lake Balboa, California. Pitched at Fordham this last spring. Had an 0-2 record and 11.48 ERA through 13 1/3 innings pitched. Gave up 11 walks, but was able to strike out 11 in his 7 games that he played in. And so Rodarte will be out there after Cade Cushing last night was through 6 batters perfect. It was the 3rd inning where everything kind of snowballed out of the way for the Pippins defense. As they're trying to play a clean one tonight. Committed 5 errors last night, 3 on Friday night, and 3 back on Thursday night. So Yakima Valley trying to play clean as the defense behind Rodarte will be Jansen in left, St. Cyr in center, Anderson in right. Charlie Shebler is at third base today, his 2nd time playing that position. Kyler Bittner is at short, Gage Reeser at second, and Brett Haggerty at first base. Ethan Buckley will be doing the catching in the Senesac played back-to-back days. And of course, Rodarte up there on the bump. He will face Matt Priest, Tyler Nelson, and Paxton Bigby. The first 3 in this Cowlitz order has been very good during this series. Matt Priest and Tyler Nelson both with 2 hits last night. Bigby with 3. And back on Friday night, Bigby had a hit. And so here we go. A 97-degree Sunday afternoon, hour and a half earlier than we've played since Wednesday. So the sun's going to stick around for just a little while longer. First pitch is corked out towards left field, sending Jansen back. He's not going to get there. He's going to play it off the wall on a hop. A first pitch double by Matt Priest gets us going at 5:07 p.m. Well, Rodarte was in the strike zone, no doubt about that. And you like these Pippins pitchers still pounding the zone. That one was just well struck by Priest, ambushing the first pitch. So now it'll be Tyler Nelson up at the plate. These two teams last night combined for 30 hits, 15 apiece. There's a pitch in there for strike one. Nelson last night, 2 for 6. Scored twice, reached on a pair of errors, was on base 5 times. That one a wave and a miss. So now Rodarte well ahead in the count after giving up a leadoff double. Fastball coming out of the hand at around 87. The 0-2 pitch just misses. Count now 1-2. Well, the Pippins at home, wrapping up a 6-game homestand, trying to get back to even 500 here at the Orchard. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one bounces in. Buckley able to stop it. Took 2 out of 3 from Walla Walla earlier this week, and then Cowlitz came in and stole the first 2 games. Yakima Valley tried to stage a walk-off last night, but a double play ended that in the 9th inning, trailing by a run. Rodarte checks second. His 2-2 is just upstairs. So now the count has run full. Final game of a 6-game homestand. Game number 9 for Yakima Valley. The payoff pitch is sent out towards right field. Playable for Anderson. He's going to make the grab. The throw is a strong one, and it's going to hold Priest there at second base. Good play for the first out of the inning there. But now a dangerous Paxton Bigby is strolling to the plate. Batting average has climbed from a measly 100 on Friday up to 294 coming into today. That's thanks to 4 hits during this weekend series for the big first baseman. He's going to send one out to shallow right. Charging in is Jansen, and he will make the grab for out number 2. So the leadoff double and now back-to-back flyouts. Let's see if Rodarte can continue this trend and get out of the inning. Back on Friday, Cowlitz scored 4 runs in the first 3 innings. Last night they did the same thing, except they scored all 4 in the 3rd. First pitch strike down there. To the cleanup hitter, Josh Hansen, batting 125 on this season in his 3rd game of action with the Black Bears. Hansen also from USC, just like the man at second base, Matt Priest. That pitch below the zone, according to Dave Canales. Hansen playing left field today. Priest is out in center, so a pair of outfielders on the offensive side for Cowlitz here in the top of the 1st. That one skips in. Rodarte unable to get that one in the zone. Buckley getting the catching call today. Senesac was behind the dish the last 2 contests. Buckley caught game 3 against the Walla Walla Sweets. 2-1, a wave and a miss at the feet of Buckley, but no advance by Priest. Rodarte back in the count. Something to note, the Pippins home opener starter, Colton LaFave, is down in the bullpen throwing. Don't expect Rodarte to be yanked early, but you never know. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one downstairs, the count run full again. Well, the crowd that is here is over in the shade on the 3rd base side of the grandstands. We're in a heat advisory as the payoff pitch is sent in there. St. Cyr's going to have to go well back, still going back, reaches up and over the head, he makes the grab. Fly out to right, fly out to left, and a fly out to center.
And that's how we end the first inning. 1 run stranded. It's Cowlitz 0, Pippins coming up. This is Pippins Baseball.
The Coliseum in Rome had their gladiator games, but it can't compete with Legends Casino Hotel's Coliseum of Cash. During our Summer of Games Thursday drawings in June, we're giving away over $77,000 in cash, plus a new Kawasaki side-by-side. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. Who needs Roman chariot races when you can leave them all in the dust in a Kawasaki side-by-side? All hail Legends Casino Hotel in June, and let this Summer of Games begin.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
It's the bottom of the first inning, and it will be Dylan Anderson, Charlie Shebler, and Jaden St. Cyr up to bat against the left-handed throwing Quinn Hubbs, who's got 2 innings of work under his belt so far this season. No runs given up, no hits either. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And while Hubbs is warming up, there's just something I need to make note of is during the intermission between innings, the Black Bears head coach Dan Spencer came out and discussed lineups with home plate umpire Dave Canales. Canales is now down talking with Garrett DeGallier. And what I noticed right away is the left fielder is not Josh Hansen like it was scheduled to be. It is Gavin Poffenroth. And Poffenroth was supposed to be the designated hitter today, so it appears we could have a little bit of a lineup mix-up there at the last second. Maybe Hansen felt something on that last swing and it was made aware that he might not be able to continue. So we'll get that figured out. First pitch Anderson sees, he fouls away. Yakima Valley, one of the final games to get going here tonight. Ridgefield and Walla Walla yet to follow us at 6:05 and Marion and Portland at 6:15. Everyone else is final as Anderson sends one back to the backstop foul. Anderson batting .219 coming into this one, 7 hits. He was 1 for 6 last night. We'll see what the official change is once the Cowlitz Black Bears come back. The 0-2 is just away. Hubbs was already off the mound. He thought he had strike 3 on 3 pitches, but Dave Canales says not so fast. The 1-2 pitch now is Anderson going to send a high chop out to second. Slow roller, the flip from the glove. That's a nifty play for out number 1 by Wynn in his first attempt here in this game.
Now batting, number 10, Charlie Shebler.
So now here's Charlie Shebler. Shebler last night, one of our 2 Cascade Natural Gas high-efficiency players of the game, going 2 for 5, driving in 2 on a 2 RBI double in the 4th inning. Batting .364 here in his 4th game. First pitch is fouled straight back. No balls and 1 strike. Shebler from Akron playing third base today. He played third base 2 games ago.
in the first game against Cowlitz. Committed an error on the first play. Actually committed 2 errors at third. That one called a strike by Dave Canales. A natural second baseman. Actually won a gold glove with the MAC, being on the all-MAC defensive team. 0-2 puts it in play, grabbed by Hubbs, falling backward. The skip throw is unable to be handled by the first baseman, Bigby. It's onto the warning track, and Schebler is into second base. Kind of a lazy looping throw by Hubbs, and then the ball gets away from the first baseman, Bigby, and the Pippins have a man in scoring position on the air. So here's Jaden St. Cyr. As you see that play, just a low throw. Early error here for Cowlitz, their 12th of the season. First pitch in there for strike 1 to St. Cyr. Jaden batting only .154 this season, has 4 hits. One of them was last night. But more importantly, he was able to score 3 times in last night's contest. He's behind in the count here, 0-2 after a foul ball. Hubbs, like I mentioned, only 2 innings of work back against Portland. That pitch is well away. 1-2. He did start that game, but left the game with a no decision. Certainly interesting, only going 2. The 1-2 pitch. St. Cyr's going to scorch one out to center field, sending back Priest. He's at the track, at the wall. It bounces on the warning track. Anderson had to hold up to make sure it wasn't caught. The late turnaround third, the throw home, the play at the plate. He is out. Schebler had to make sure that he wasn't going to have to run back and tag on a catch. Eddie Kribbe trying to be aggressive here in the first inning. Call it a double for St. Cyr, but the second out comes across. St. Cyr picks up his 5th hit of the season. That's twice that the Pips have been aggressive on the base paths. Haggerty, check swing back up the middle. Wynn, going to throw over to first in time. And that retires the side. 1 left on. We're through 1 with no score. We head to the top of the second inning. This Pips baseball.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. 28-ounce Gatorades are 4 for $5. Fran's Donuts or sandwich bread is 2 for $5. Kettle Brand chips are 2 for $9. Plus find Key Men's Canvas Duck work pants for just $24.99 and Kleenex 4-packs for $6.99. And save in the bonus zone on Werner Jerky and Dawn Dish Soap. Saving our members more and keeping your dollars in your community. Bi-Mart since 1955.
The Pippins had a chance to score early here in the first inning, but Charlie Shebler was thrown out at the plate after making sure that the ball wasn't caught out in center field by Priest. You can live with the aggressiveness from Eddie Kribbe here in the first inning. Last night it was in the 8th inning when the Pips had a runner thrown out, and that's when you kind of have to play a little more conservative and just make sure you don't create outs. But being aggressive, trying to take the lead early, you like that from this coaching staff. As Rodarte's back out there in a scoreless tie. First pitch he throws to Carmona is grounded onto second. Reeser up on the big hop, and he makes the grab for out number 1. And so here's Gavin Poffenroth.
Number 9, Gavin Poffenroth.
Like I mentioned, Poffenroth was the man standing out there in left field in the first inning. So presumably, either the designated hitter spot has been moved somewhere, and Poffenroth is in on defense. It's no balls and 1 strike. Poffenroth's going to weakly send one foul. Rodarte, 11 walks and 11 strikeouts in 13 1/3 innings with Fordham. He's going to leave one in the zone here, and Poffenroth's not going to miss it. A 1-out single by Gavin Poffenroth. That is his second hit of the season.
Now batting, number 17, Trent Wainfeld.
So here's Trent Wainfeld. Wainfeld batting .333 through 4 games. That one's right in there for strike 1. Wainfeld from Linfield College. 5'10", 185 standing there in the right-handed batter's box. The 0-1 is downstairs. Well, if the heat wasn't bad enough, the wind only blowing at approximately 3 miles an hour. Gusts upwards of maybe 10 maximum. The runner takes off from first, swing and a miss. Buckley has the ball bounce away from him. It'll be a stolen base for Poffenroth. And an 0-2 count to Wainfeld. Poffenroth with his first swiped bag of the season. 1-2 pitch, just staying alive is Wainfeld. Just to give you an idea of the conditions here at the ballpark, in a heat advisory currently until 9 o'clock tomorrow night, or excuse me, Tuesday night. A red flag warning will go into effect on Monday afternoon with the projected high of 103 on the off day tomorrow. 1-2 is on the ground out toward Reeser at second. He's up with it, and he makes the routine throw for out number 2. The runner does move to third, but there's 2 down, and Sam Davidson is the hitter. Davidson's been a pest down there at the bottom of the order. 2 for 4 last night, 1 for 3 the night before. Just able to get on base any way he can. First pitch he sees just misses. Breaking ball did not get the good graces of Dave Canales. The 1-0 is sent high out towards right field. Anderson, with his glasses gleaming, makes the grab. And that retires the side. A runner left stranded again for Cowlitz, this time at third base, but no runs come across. It's still scoreless, and we go to the bottom of the second.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about West Side Pizza?
I love West Side Pizza.
I love West Side. I love West Side.
Yeah, their Hawaiian's great.
Let's do pizza.
West Side Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. West Side Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino.
First pitch seen by Kyler Bittner is downstairs for a ball. Just continuing to clarify the substitutions for Cowlitz, it's actually Poffenroth in left. Hansen has shifted to center, and Wainfeld is still out there in right. As Hansen's going to get a chance here to dive, and he makes the grab. What a play out there by Hansen. He had to come in very quickly to grab that one. First out here in the second. So it is Matt Priest who exits this game. Again, we will clarify everything when Priest's spot comes up second in the third inning and see who's batting. He could have just swapped and become the designated hitter. One down here in the inning. Neil Jansen is ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. That pitch downstairs. So second straight day with some changes to the Cowlitz lineup. Nothing wrong with that, just makes our job a little more fun up here in the press box. Jansen fouls one back to make it 2-1. Neil last night, 2 for 4, scored a run. He also drove in a run. That pitch is just in, 3-1 now. Batting .304 here through 3 contests with 2 doubles. Let's see if Neil can get a third double here. He's going to get a hit at least. That one's into left field. Neil Jansen will settle for the single. And for the second straight inning, it's a 1-out base runner.
Number 8, Gage Reeser.
So now Gage Reeser will stand in. First pitch is high and tight to Reeser. This is Reeser's 8th game with the Pips. He had a day off yesterday. He was supposed to get the day off for the last game against Walla Walla, but he was forced into the lineup after a summer-ending injury to Jacob Brooks. It's now 1-1. Brooks with a partial tear in his shoulder, in his labrum. So he departed the team after that Walla Walla series to rehab and get ready for the fall. Reeser was finally able to get a day off yesterday with Shebler playing second, Bittner at short, and Preston Allen playing third. So the infield still kind of figuring itself out. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reeser takes a pitch high. Reeser spent a majority of his time in the lineup at short until the arrival of Schebler. Then he switched over to second base when Schebler was at third. Swing and a miss. Counts now 2-2. Similar to how it is today. Cole Hansen waits in the on-deck circle. It's now 2-2. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Dave Canales rings up Gage Reeser.
Now batting, number 5, Cole.
Now, the field umpire, Dylan Self, might have been some help there, but in the B position, probably wouldn't have had the best angle to see if that bat did completely commit to a swing. And so now Cole Hansen will hit with 2 outs. Picked up his first pair of hits yesterday in a Pippins uniform and drove in a run. Fouls one at the plate. Hansen batting .400 in his first game. Now here in his second, again the designated hitter. We have not seen him catch yet. 0-1 is sent away foul. We'll see if Hansen gets any time behind the dish when the Pippins hit the road on Tuesday. Now Yakima Valley with 3 catchers, Buckley, Senesac, and Hansen to try and navigate. No balls and 2 strikes. Hansen stays alive. Today's catcher, Ethan Buckley, waits in the on-deck circle. Buckley has had some timely hits, only batting .125, but has driven in 3. Still no balls and 2 strikes, and it will be. First, Hubbs checked over at first. Jansen, the man over there after a 1-out single. Now Hubbs comes to the plate. Breaking ball just inside. Inside and up just a little bit. Hubbs looking for that first strikeout tonight. Second strikeout, rather. He just punched out Gage Reeser. Still ahead in the count. 1-2. Hansen's going to poke this one out to right. Wayne Feld is going to have plenty of room to make the grab. And that is out number 3 here in the second. Scoreless through 2, as it'll be 9-1-2 due up for Cowlitz when we come back.
The Coliseum in Rome had their gladiator games, but it can't compete with Legends Casino Hotel's Coliseum of Cash. During our Summer of Games Thursday drawings in June, we're giving away over $77,000 in cash, plus a new Kawasaki side-by-side. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. Who needs Roman chariot races when you can leave them all in the dust in a Kawasaki side-by-side? All hail Legends Casino Hotel in June, and let this Summer of Games begin.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Pippins electing to go to the bullpen early in this one, as they will bring in Colton Lefebvre for the third inning. Lefebvre on the season went 4 innings in the Pippins home opener, gave up 1 hit, 1 run allowed. It was unearned, 5 walks to 6 strikeouts. Opponents batting just .071 against the second-year Pippin, who's coming from Central Arizona. Lefebvre showed off that high leg kick back on opening night here at the Orchard. And now he is back for his second appearance of the homestand. Lefebvre will be tasked with facing Cade Wynn and then the top of the order for Cowlitz. First pitch is a wave and a miss. The man standing in the on-deck circle is the pitcher, Quinn Hubbs. So, as I suspected, with Poffenroth coming in to play left field, that now means that the pitcher's spot is hitting in the leadoff for Cowlitz. Kind of unique here. We've lost the designated hitter. The 0-2 is just outside. Lefebvre was ahead quickly. Of course, not very many leagues play without the designated hitter anymore. 1-2, foul tipped but caught by Buckley as he will throw it around the horn. 1 batter, 1 strikeout for Lefebvre. And now here comes the pitcher's spot, Quinn Hubbs. One of those unique rules. You lose your designated hitter, so here's the pitcher's spot. I'm going to run out of room in the first line of my book here. Hubbs sees strike 1. Of course, the Cowlitz dugout would love it if Hubbs could poke a single. He will. St. Cyr's not going to get there, and the pitcher's spot has a hit. I'll take the blame for that one. Starting pitcher Quinn Hubbs, 1 for 1 on the day with a single. All right, so after Matt Priest goes 1 for 1, Hubbs is now 1 for 1. And some pitcher-on-pitcher damage there. I doubt he's running, but we'll see. Not too big of a lead. Pitch upstairs by Lefebvre. Rodarte's final line today, 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. The 1-0 is popped a mile high out towards shallow right. Anderson will reach up and make the grab. And that is the second out here in the third. Hubbs stays put over there at first. And Paxton Bigby will bat. Bigby flew out to Jansen in left field for his first appearance. First pitch misses up, 1-0. Of all the days to sub out one of your infielders and put your designated hitter in the field, this is probably not the day you want your pitcher standing out on the base paths running for himself. It was 97 at first pitch. It's down to 93. But there are not going to be very many shadows for at least another hour. (1-1). Bigby is hit. He was able to hold up the bat, so it is not a strike. So there'll be 2 on and 2 out, and Josh Hansen. Already the most trouble a Pips pitcher has been in. LaFave, a high strikeout guy. Has got 1 already today. This ball is hit towards shallow left. And it'll be, whoa, that is Kyler Bittner falling down and making the grab over his shoulder. I was watching Jansen, thought he had a beat on it, but instead it's the shortstop, and that retires the side. Through 2.5, no score. Pippins coming up.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. 28-ounce Gatorades are 4 for $5. Fran's Donuts or sandwich bread is 2 for $5. Kettle Brand chips are 2 for $9. Plus find Key Men's Canvas Duck work pants for just $24.99 and Kleenex 4-packs for $6.99. And save in the bonus zone on Werner Jerky and Dawn Dish Soap. Saving our members more and keeping your dollars in your community. Bi-Mart since 1955.
Well, if you're just now joining us here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Quinn Hubbs is out on the mound after being stranded at second base. We got the defensive substitutions figured out for you. When Matt Priest exited the game, it was Gavin Poffenroth who moved to left. Josh Hansen moved from left field to center field to replace Priest. And then because Poffenroth was the designated hitter and is now in a position, that means that Cowlitz lost their designated hitter, and so the pitcher's spot will be batting in the leadoff for the rest of this game. Hubbs singled, was on to second, and then left stranded there. And now he's back out on the mound. Just like back in high school when pitchers would hit, because typically they were the center fielders and the shortstops as well, depending on where you were from. 0-1 is upstairs to Ethan Buckley, the last man in the Yakima Valley order. 5th game with the Pips. He's caught a couple. He's been the designated hitter for the other 2. 1-1 is lined into right field in front of Wainfeld. And so the bottom of the order leads off with a single and sets the table for the top.
Now batting, number 25, Dylan Anderson.
Dylan Anderson in his 2nd trip now. He grounded out to start the game. Let's see if Buckley, who's been wearing all that gear behind the dish, he's certainly hot as well, is in motion over at first against the lefty. Anderson's going to ambush the first pitch, but late. And he sends it foul into the parking lot. I'll have to drive over there after one of these games sometime and just see how many foul balls are up against that fence. There is action down in the Cowlitz bullpen. 0-1. Anderson able to hold up. It's 1-1. The appeal down. No, he did not. Certainly now that you know that your pitcher is going to be hitting every time the leadoff spot comes up, you've got to manage that here with the upper 90s heat. On the ground, diving, Wynn, and he looks hurt. Glove came off. It looked like he kind of rolled that wrist. It's back-to-back singles for the Pippins.
Number 10, Charlie Shepler.
No one coming out to check on him yet. That one just an awkward landing. Certainly didn't feel great. Pippin's already up to 4 hits in this game. Shebler reached on an error back in the first inning. He was thrown out at home trying to score on a deep fly ball to center field. He's going to put a bunt down here with that torpedo bat. No one covered first right away, but Wynn able to get there in time. Job well done. Shebler puts 2 in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
Now batting, number 1, Jaden Sincere.
Pippins with a threat here in the third, trying to be the first one to score. Jaden St. Cyr searching for his first RBI. Let's see if he can get 2 with something deep towards the wall. First pitch right in there. Yakima Valley trying to salvage this series here with Cowlitz. Dropped the first 2 games, trying to go 500 on the homestand. Corners are pinched. The 0-1 is in there as well. It's 0-2 now. St. Cyr with 5 hits now on the season. It's also drawn 4 walks. There is a base open. 0-2 misses. On deck is Brett Haggerty, who drove in his first 2 of the season last night. Man at third and less than 2 outs. You got to score this run if you're Yakima Valley. Breaking ball never made it back to the zone. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Pippins finally broke through the offensive woes last night with 10 runs on 15 hits. Unfortunately, they gave up 11. St. Cyr staying alive. In game 1 versus Cowlitz, they only scored 2 on 8 hits. In the third game with the Sweets, they did score 7 on only 6 hits, but Walla Walla also committed 6 errors. The last time the Pips had scored double digits was game 2 against Walla Walla. They scored 13 on 14 hits. A 2-2 pitch now. St. Cyr pops one on the infield, and Wynn is going to have that one easily for out number 2. So now Brett Haggerty will try and get at least 1 across. Haggerty has that big frame and a big swing as well. Hub's not necessarily providing much power. Fastball topping out at 88 right now. But if Brett could get a good swing on one, we could see a ball game cracked open. Carmona skies for that one and grabs it before it goes to the backstop. Brett grounded out back in the first inning. Pippins trying to make Hubs work hard here. 1-0 spinner right in there. Counts now 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 men in scoring position. Haggerty waves and misses. That was a pretty big cut for a pitch that was outside. Now going to have to protect here. One ball and 2 strikes. Hubbs goes plateward. Swing and a miss. A 75-mile-an-hour breaking ball right into the zone, and Haggerty unable to find it. We're through 3 scoreless. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Pippins and Black Bears. This is Pippins baseball.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about West Side Pizza?
I love West Side Pizza.
I love West Side. I love West Side.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
Let's do pizza.
West Side Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. West Side Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
Colton LaFave preparing for his 2nd inning of work. Gave up 2 base runners, but was able to get out of it unscathed. 3 zeros hung by each team so far through 3 innings. You wonder if on a day like today, the heat not really motivating anybody to play well on offense. I certainly know it's very sluggish having to stand in the plate for these hot days, as the first pitch is going to be skied out to center field by Carmona. St. Cyr was able to move about 2 steps to make the grab, and there's out number 1. I know we're 4 innings in now, or we're working on 4 innings in, but I think you're going to continue to see a lot of those. Some early swings, trying to get a couple of runs across as quickly as possible, and then trying to get this game done with here in these hot conditions. First pitch is downstairs for ball 1. Could have been playing earlier. At least as the night goes on, there will be some shade that will help these players out. Charlie Shebler enjoying the shade over at third base right now. He is the only one with that benefit. Here's another one out towards St. Cyr. This one's much deeper. St. Cyr back at the track, at the wall. He can't grab it. He crashes into the wall. Gets the throw in, and he holds Poffenroth to a double. But that's hit number 2 today for the left fielder.
Now batting, number 17, Trent Wayne.
Poffenroth came into yesterday's contest 0 for 5. St. Cyr is a little bit shaken up after running into the 16-foot-high wall. Athletic training staff going to go out and tend to St. Cyr. Athletic training services being provided by Multicare Orthopedics Northwest. St. Cyr drops the glove, and he was running at full speed right into that wall. That appears to be athletic trainer Jesus Gonzalez out there tending to what St. Cyr says is his shoulder.
certainly don't want any injuries by any of these players, as ultimately summer ball is getting them ready for fall ball and then obviously the competition season in the spring. But hopefully St. Cyr's all right and can continue doing some tests on that shoulder muscle. Poffenroth, I was mentioning, came into yesterday's game 0 for 5. He was able to pick up a hit. He also drove in 2 on an RBI double, and then today 2 for 2. St. Cyr continues to discuss what happened out there. Garrett DeGallier out there, and it looks like he will remain in this game. Tough man out there in center field, the Gold Glover from Chaffey College. Gonna gut this one out. Colton Lefebvre is now getting ready to get back to work. Didn't take any warm-up pitches during that time. Something that pitching coach Anthony Alvarado has said is, if you can at all avoid it, don't waste your bullets on meaningless pitches. And obviously Lefebvre kind of going with that mentality there. He's warm. The sun is beating down on him. First pitch just misses low. You might consider throwing 1 or 2 if it were 60 or 70 degrees, just to try and keep the body warm. But here on 90 plus, you really don't need that help, as that one's brought back by Buckley for strike 1. There's been traffic in every inning, but to this point, no runs across. 1-1 liner out towards Reeser. He's not going to get there on the line. He throws to first. Haggerty has it in time. Taking advantage of the soft contact is Poffenroth. He's in at third, but again, there's 2 outs.
Now batting, number 4, Sam Davidson.
That ball off the bat at only 62 miles an hour. So now Sam Davidson, who flew out to end the second inning, the last man to bat here in the 4th. Pitch misses inside. Let's see if Lefebvre can force another flyout like Rodarte got back in the 2nd. There's a strike. Another good job by Buckley back there, turning some borderline pitches into strikes. 1-1. Here is a fly ball out towards left center. St. Cyr's the one who ranges over. And the man who crashed into the wall 2 batters earlier retires the side. Still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up for Yakima Valley. This is Pippins Baseball.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about Westside Pizza?
I love Westside Pizza.
I love Westside. I love Westside.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
Let's do pizza.
Westside Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. Westside Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens App is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
Well, Quinn Hubbs' day is done, as it will be the 6'7" Dylan Henson back out on the mound. Henson pitched in game 1 of this series. Came in the 7th, worked an inning plus, gave up 1 run. It was earned. Actually, it was Orem who allowed the inherited run to score on one of the 2 walks by Henson. So he enters here in the 4th inning of a hot afternoon. And if he continues in this game, he will be due up second in the 5th inning after the Black Bears lost their designated hitter. Hubbs' final line gave up 4 runs on 3 innings of work. Did not walk a batter, and he struck out 2. So facing the new arm for Cowlitz will be Kyler Bittner. 6'7", up there on the bump again. First pitch is right in there at strike 1. 85-mile-an-hour fastball. That appears to be about the average for Henson. That one just misses. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. I compared Henson and the starter on Friday night, Matthew Sherwood, together because they were both 6'5" or taller. And I mentioned that Henson strides better than Sherwood did. Foul ball at the plate. But you see his 85 to 87 mile an hour fastball, and you wonder that if it's 6'7", 210, maybe if he was 6'7", 240, he could touch the low 90s with that fastball. Certainly uses the height to his advantage already. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes as Bittner is swinging and missing at a breaking ball. Out number 1. So now Neil Jansen, who singled back in the 2nd, will stand in. Jansen was the man who hit the double off of Orem back in the 8th inning of Friday's game that scored the 1 run for Henson. Again, it was an inherited runner by Orem. Henson pitched to 1 batter in the 8th inning and then was pulled as he is fooled there on a breaking ball. So Neil Jansen responsible for that 1 run to Henson's name despite not facing him. Another breaking ball, 3 straight, and 3 straight swings and misses by Pippins' bats. Consistently 73 to 76 with pretty good rotation around 2,300 RPMs. Staying alive is Jansen. Nobody's up in the Pippins bullpen, so it looked like Rodarte was just kind of the opener role for Yakima Valley. Went 2 innings, and now Lefebvre is settling in here in the middle part of this game. Jansen with 5 hits on the season. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Henson. So now Gage Reeser will stand in, and some words of advice being passed on by Jansen as Reeser strolls to the plate. Probably talking along the lines of how to see the ball out of a 6'7" frame. Breaking ball inside, nearly clips the elbow of Gage Reeser. You think about arm slot too, with how tall Henson is already at 6'7". If he could tunnel the ball a little bit. This one's sky high on the infield. Who wants it? Looks like it'll be the third baseman, Davidson, who makes the grab for out number 3. We'll continue talking about Henson when he's back on the mound in the 5th, but first, we're scoreless through 4 as Cowlitz and Yakima Valley play in a series finale.
The Coliseum in Rome had their gladiator games, but it can't compete with Legends Casino Hotel's Coliseum of Cash. During our Summer of Games Thursday drawings in June, we're giving away over $77,000 in cash, plus a new Kawasaki side-by-side. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. Who needs Roman chariot races when you can leave them all in the dust in a Kawasaki side-by-side? All hail Legends Casino Hotel in June, and let this Summer of Games begin.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Colton LaFave scheduled to face Cade Wynn, the pitcher, Henson, and then Tyler Nelson here in the 5th inning. Again, if you're just joining us here on a very warm Sunday afternoon turning into evening, a couple of substitutions forced Cowlitz to lose their designated hitter, and thus their pitcher spot is now hitting in the leadoff spot after Matt Priest exited the game. We are scoreless as we are just over an hour into this one. Game moving quickly, and the first pitch into Cade Wynn is called a strike. Wynn is now 0 for 2 on the season with a pair of strikeouts. Squares, and LaFave misses high. Wynn playing for Garitano, who started at second base the last 2 games. LaFave ready with a 1-1. That one catches the inner third. So now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cade Wynn from Mount Hood Community College. 1-2 misses upstairs. LaFave settling in here in the 5th inning. This is his 3rd inning of work. The 2-2 is on the ground out to short. Bittner has it eat him up for a second, but it pops right back to him, and he retires Cade Wynn. Bittner shakes out the shoulders a little bit, says that was close.
Now batting, number 38.
First out here in the 5th inning, and now, as previously mentioned, it's Dylan Henson up at the dish. Well, so far the leadoff spot is 2 for 2. First pitch misses to Henson. I know that Hubbs got a hit off of LaFave, but you got to think that the 6'7" righty hasn't seen much time at the dish. That's a big cut. Well, if they went crazy for Hubbs, I'd be interested to see what happens if Henson gets on base. 1-1, misses downstairs. Lefebvre is behind in the count to his fellow pitcher. That'll start a few chirps from the Cowlitz dugout. That one's right back in there, 90 mile an hour off the bump. One more pitch like that, Colton, they'll be 2 down. Shakes off the first sign. What's he come with on 2-2? Fastball blew it by him. The opposite way, and Lefebvre is able to get his second out here in the 5th.
Now batting, number 5, Tyler Nelson.
It's going to be a messy scorecard up at the top with all the substitutions of the pitching staff. Now here's Tyler Nelson, flown out to right field twice. Can he get the trifecta here? Anderson would love that. Pitch misses inside. Nelson's been quiet today. As he's going to sky one on the infield. This one's towards shallow right, but it appears to be Gage Reeser settling under it. And he makes the grab for out number 3. We're halfway home already. Can you believe it? We're just an hour and 10 minutes in. Scoreless here at the Orchard.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. 28-ounce Gatorades are 4 for $5. Fran's Donuts or sandwich bread is 2 for $5. Kettle Brand chips are 2 for $9. Plus find Key Men's Canvas Duck work pants for just $24.99 and Kleenex 4-packs for $6.99. And save in the bonus zone on Werner Jerky and Dawn Dish Soap. Saving our members more and keeping your dollars in your community. Bi-Mart since 1955.
We are in the bottom of the 5th inning already, here on a hot day at the Orchard. Pippins will send 8, 9, and 1 up to the plate. That sunshade that you just saw out there starting to creep across the infield. We're still 15 minutes from what's been the normal start time the last 4 games. Of course, we had that 7:05 start on Tuesday. And then 4 straight 6:35 starts here at the Orchard. Now, during this 5:05 start time, the first pitch of the bottom of the 5th inning, Cole Hansen sends one out towards right center. Hansen's going to make the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th. I mentioned it a couple innings ago. You're going to see a lot of that. It's a hot day. Guys don't want to be out here longer than they have to. And Cowlitz, of course, has a trip to make back down south as this game concludes. So, of course, they're trying to get home. First pitch to Ethan Buckley. He takes for a strike. It's still Hansen out there on the bump. Buckley's going to send one shallow over towards the press box. He's behind in the count. Cowlitz in their 15th season as a member of the West Coast League. That pitch just outside. Of course, the Cowlitz Black Bears located in Longview, Washington. They actually play at Lower Columbia College. That is their home ballpark. This pitch staying alive. Just about a 3-hour drive from here. Young fan comes up with that foul ball. Attaboy. It's 1-2 again. Staying alive, same spot. That one just crept over towards the concourse, though. That 3-hour trip kind of weaving between a couple of different mountains. Of course, out here you've got Mount Rainier to the north of Highway 12 and Mount Adams and Mount St. Helens to the south before Cowlitz will hop on I-5 to get back to Longview. Excuse me, swing out towards the mound. Henson's going to flip it over to first himself, and that's out number 2. Well, that makes me excited for our trip to Cowlitz at the start of August. Of course, I'm a native of Nebraska, so this is not my normal backdrop for a baseball game, let alone the environment around here. Was able to see a couple of mountains before the season started. Of course, from a distance, haven't gone hiking. Dylan Anderson sees ball 1. Of course, I don't think I'm in shape to go hiking if I wanted to. I don't know, we'll have to see what one of the off days brings here. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Yep, the Pippins will make that trip August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down to Longview to play the Black Bears. So these two teams will not be seeing each other for a while. 1-1 right back where it came from. Dylan Anderson spooks Hansen, and it's a 2-out single. Those games there at the end of the season might mean something depending on how these two teams play. Yakima Valley trying to get back to the playoffs. Cowlitz, a division foe. A lot of things yet to shake out between now and then, though. First pitch to Shebler is all the way back to the track. Moving 90 feet is Anderson. So now there's a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. A little bit wild there by Henson. Pips have had a couple of opportunities in this game. Have not been able to cash in yet. Shebler's going to send one up on the infield. Looks like Davidson again calling for it. Nearly lets it drop, but he makes the grab. And we're through 5. Scoreless game here in Yakima. We head to the 6th. This is Pippins Baseball.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about West Side Pizza?
I love West Side
I
Pizza.
love West Side. I love West Side.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
Let's do pizza.
West Side Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. West Side Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
That just goes to show that our video crew listens and pays attention to what I'm saying. Talking about mountains, there's a look at some of the ridges out on the west side of town. Of course, in that general direction is Mount Rainier. And on some clear days, unlike what it appears to be today, if you're up at a certain elevation here in town, you can see both Mount Rainier and Mount Adams. I'm sure many years ago, you probably could have seen Mount St. Helens on a very clear day with some help, but after it blew its top, don't think you can see it anymore. We're in the 6th inning already. Colton LaFave back to work as he fires in a ball outside to Paxton Bigby. Another one across the chute tops. It's 1-1. LaFave's been pretty efficient. 35 pitches through. Now this is his 4th inning of work. Buckley unable to bring that one back. 3 balls and no strikes to Bigby, who had the game-winning bases-clearing double back in last night's contest. He's going to be on with the leadoff walk here. First walk issued by LaFave. Second free batter. He did hit he actually hit Bigby back in the 3rd. So now here's Josh Hansen. 0 for 2 today. A fly out and a pop out. Bigby not too much of a lead at first, and it's 5 straight misses here in the inning for LaFave. If you remember the opening night start, LaFave had 7 straight out of the zone before he finally found a strike. Not making excuses, just saying it has happened before. Bigby's going to take off. Buckley, the pitch is high, the throw down, snapped, and not in time. Reeser unable to put the tag down in time. Pretty good throw, just Bigby with a good jump. It's now 2-0 to Josh Hansen. I think the more important thing you need to realize now is don't lose this batter to a walk. Base runners in every inning except the 5th for Cowlitz. LaFave now with 7 straight out of the zone. Buckley is going to pop out to the mound and have a quick chat with LaFave. There is nobody warming up for either team currently. There are some bodies down in the bullpens, but no action going on yet. This is probably just a calm down and get back on track type of meeting. You've got a guy that's 0 for 2 at the plate. Take advantage of it. Carmona Jr. waits in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 2 today as well. There we go, back on schedule. Good visit by Buckley. Rodarte started this game and went 2. Now Lefebvre here in his 4th inning of work. There's a second one right in the zone. So Lefebvre has worked his way back full. Let's see if he can come all the way back. That right arm dangles behind the side as now he comes set. Payoff pitch. That one just misses. So after a couple of pitches that got him back into the count, he does give up back-to-back walks.
Now batting, number 27, Jose Carmona.
Now let's see what the Pips can do with 2 on and nobody out. Every other base runner so far in this game has come with at least 1 out, except for the leadoff man, Priest. He doubled to start the game but was left stranded on 3 straight flyouts. Squaring to bunt is Carmona. The bunt is down. Reeser's covering first, and the out is made there. So there's 1 down. A 3-4 put out if you're scoring at home. Both runners advance. And now Gavin Poffenroth, who's 2 for 2 today, has a chance to drive in a couple. The infield is going to play in here. We'll see if Lefebvre challenges Poffenroth or if this is kind of one of those unintentional, intentional walks. He was challenging, swings and fouls one back the first pitch. Poffenroth came into the series as maybe a guy you didn't pay attention to, but he certainly put himself on the map, to say. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch inside. First real trouble, I would say, for Lefebvre. He did have a runner all the way to 3rd back in the 4th inning. But that was with 2 outs. The 1-1 is a wave and a miss at a changeup. Pretty good one at that, 83 miles an hour at the top of the zone. Poffenroth was out in front. Lefebvre looking for a big strikeout here in the 6th inning. One ball and 2 strikes. Just missed. Dave Canales does not give the call. TrackMan data had that one just outside. So now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lefebvre on the way home. A high fly ball out towards right. This one's pretty shallow, though. Making the catch is Anderson, and the run will not score. Good job by Colton Lefebvre to induce the shallow fly ball, and there's 2 down here. Pips 1 out away, getting out of trouble again.
Number 17, Trent Wainfeld.
It's Trent Wainfeld up to the dish. Pair of ground outs to Gage Reeser. Wainfeld does have 4 hits on the season. First pitch is well away. Sam Davidson waits in the on-deck circle. He is 0 for 2 today as well. No runs, 4 hits for Cowlitz. No runs, 5 hits for Yakima Valley. The 1-0 pitch. That one's in there. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Pippins, when they come up, will have 3, 4, and 5 due up. Prime opportunity to break this scoreless seal. A 1-1 just upstairs. That shadow of those banners is just about to creep on top of Colton Lefebvre. The batting circle is entirely in the shadows. The 2-1. That one's in the dirt. First base is open, so a walk doesn't necessarily hurt you right away. As Lefebvre will take a second to gather his thoughts around the mound. You'd love to get this inning over done now, though. 3 balls and 1 strike. Wainfield draws a 2-out walk to load the bases. So now Sam Davidson with maybe one of the biggest at-bats you could say in this game. The bases are full.
Number 4, Sam
Davidson with 5 hits on the season. A native of Calvert, Washington, playing here with Cowlitz. First pitch to Davidson is in there for strike 1. Davidson actually attended Lower Columbia, which is where Cowlitz plays their home games, so he didn't even have to clean out his locker. The 0-1 pitch. That one just misses high and tight. Lefebvre trying to work out of another jam. He's had a runner at third once already tonight. 1-1 pitch to Davidson. Brought back by Buckley. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The crowd out here braving the heat, trying to encourage Lefebvre to a big second strikeout of the night. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one is served down the right field line, but it will tail foul. Had the distance. 293 down the line, but unable to keep it in the field of play. Lefebvre ready. Another 1-2. This one is out in the air to shallow right. Reeser is trailing back, and he will put it in his glove for out number 3. Cowlitz leaves the bases loaded, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. The scoreless tie still holds. Pippins looking to change that. This is Pippins baseball.
The Coliseum in Rome had their gladiator games, but it can't compete with Legends Casino Hotel's Coliseum of Cash. During our Summer of Games Thursday drawings in June, we're giving away over $77,000 in cash, plus a new Kawasaki side-by-side. Just use your Legends rewards card to earn entries. Who needs Roman chariot races when you can leave them all in the dust in a Kawasaki side-by-side? All hail Legends Casino Hotel in June, and let this Summer of Games begin.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Well, if we were playing yesterday, we would have just been starting the game, but as it stands right now on a very warm and not a very breezy Sunday afternoon, we're more done than we are started. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's Jaden St. Cyr to lead off against Henson, who is starting his 3rd inning of relief. St. Cyr will square to bunt, but he pops it up, and that's a frustrating at-bat. 1 pitch, 1 out. For Henson, During this last season with Vanguard, his season high in innings pitched came back on March 13th against Menlo. He went 2 innings. Only appeared in 6 games for the Lions. He went 2 innings against Point Loma in February, and then those 2 against Menlo. He's now through 2 1/3 here at the Orchard in the summer. No runs across yet. Haggerty watches strike 1 to even the count. It's Haggerty and Bittner due up here in the 6th. Neil Jansen would wait on deck. I would love to hit if one of them could reach. 1-1 is right in there. Dave Canales has been giving that outside part of the plate all day to right-handed hitters. Carmona and Buckley both been doing a good job of presenting that pitch as well. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one called strike 3. Haggerty frozen. There's 2 outs here in the 6th. Third strikeout for Henson. That ties his spring season high. He had 3 strikeouts against Point Loma back on February 21st. His last appearance with Vanguard was on April 19th. Before making an appearance with Cowlitz down in their opening weekend against Portland. That pitch far enough outside. Carmona unable to bring it back. Bittner leads this team with hits. He has 8 coming into today. Anderson has retaken that lead now. He has 9 with the 2 he's tacked on today. 3 runs driven in for Bittner as well. Two balls and no strikes. Bittner from Kenyatta College. That pitch is definitely outside. Henson working into uncharted territory for himself. Bittner trying to improve on what was a .348 batting average coming into today. He awaits a 3-0. And it misses. 4-pitch walk here with 2 outs. So that means Neil Jansen will get to hit here in the 6th inning. The Pippins have had a base runner in every inning except the 4th. As now a quick meeting between Carmona and Henson. Some questions from the dugout as to how he's doing out there. Neil Jansen had a big hit last night, cut the game to a 1-run deficit for the Pips in the 8th inning with an RBI single that scored Jaden St. Cyr. St. Cyr's on here. A wave and a miss for strike 1. At this point, it feels like whoever scores first probably has the better chance of winning this ball game. Jansen takes a ball high and in. Pippins enjoying the shade of the third base dugout. Cowlitz certainly a warm one down there in their home when they're not on the base pads. Temperature started at 97 degrees when we threw the first pitch here. That was an hour and a half ago. Jansen fouls one at the plate to move the count to 1-2. Temperature now says 95, so it's dropped off a couple of degrees. I'm sure that doesn't really make a difference right now. It's 1 ball and 2 strike. Henson trying to get through 3. Runner goes. Jansen puts this one in play, but it's foul. Bittner, the man standing at first base. Neil Jansen from San Jose State. Henson ready with his 1-2. Swing and a miss. A new career high in strikeouts for Henson. He's got his 4th as he's through 3 innings scoreless. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Surprisingly, it's getting late here at the ballpark. And it's still scoreless at the Orchard.
Save now with Buy Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. 28-ounce Gatorades are 4 for $5. Fran's Donuts or sandwich bread is 2 for $5. Kettle Brand chips are 2 for $9. Plus find Key Men's Canvas Duck work pants for just $24.99 and Kleenex 4-packs for $6.99. And save in the bonus zone on Werner Jerky and Dawn Dish Soap. Saving our members more and keeping your dollars in your community. Buy Mart since 1955.
Seventh inning is upon us. Still scoreless. Cowlitz 4 hits, Yakima Valley 5. The Black Bears have committed an error.
Now batting, number 3.
And on a 95-degree afternoon, it'll be 9-1-2 due up yet again for Cowlitz. Cade Wynn is 0 for 2 on the day. And then the pitcher's spot, but Henson is nowhere to be seen in the on-deck circle. In fact, he was walking down towards the bullpen as looks like he will be done. And Matt Champion waits for his chance to bat. There's a pitch in there for strike 2. Champion has grabbed a bat, and it looks like there's action now down in the Cowlitz pen. Pitch downstairs for a ball. Champion might purely be used as a pinch hitter. It's a little surprising they don't let Henson hit and try and save somebody off the bench, but I'm not Dan Spencer down there in the Cowlitz dugout. The 1-2 is lined out towards left center field, and it's going to get down in front of Jansen. There's Cade Wynn's first hit. And another leadoff man aboard.
Number 18, Matt Champion.
All right, here's Champion. Henson goes 0 for 1. We'll get you info on who's warming up down there for Cowlitz in just a moment. Appears to be number 25, Trig Behrens. Behrens pitched on game 1 on Friday night. Threw an inning and a third and actually picked up the win. Swing and a miss by Champion. So Henson is done, obviously. His spot now been hit for. Was able to go 3, strike out 4. No runs. Check over to first is not in time. Henson only gave up the 1 hit and no walks. Oh, 1 walk. It was in the 6th. Pretty clean outing by the Vanguard Lion. Champion was backing out of the box, but Lefebvre doesn't get the call. It's 1-1 now. Looking down into the names that were on the lineup card for Dan Spencer, Marcuson pitched yesterday, Orem pitched on Friday, and Buchanan pitched yesterday. So he's really only got Robinson and Barons as Champion swings and misses at that one. It's 1-2. Champion, once he's done with this at bat, if Barons does come into the game, he'll be done. So you're looking at after this at bat, and when we get to the bottom of the 7th, possibly 2 guys left in the bullpen for Cowlitz. There are only 2 guys on the bench for Cowlitz as well. It's Kowalski and Garitano. 1-2 is popped up a mile high behind the dish. Buckley ranging back in front of the logo. He has room. Nobody's covering first. The throw will go down to second as Haggerty was trying to make the play. Bittner is able to knock it down and chase the runner back to first.
No batting. Number 5, Tyler Nelson.
So there's out number 2 here. No, that's only out number 1. Cade Wynn led off with a single, and then Champion was the next one to hit. So our scoreboard here in the stadium is off by an out. Ground ball would end the inning, but Wynn takes off. Throw down from Buckley, and Wynn throws on the brakes. Pump faking his Reeser. Now it's on to Haggerty. Haggerty chases him to the bag. Now on to Bittner. Hope you're keeping track of numbers. It's back to Gage Reeser, and he applies the tag. Call it 2-4-3-6-4. Caught stealing is Wynn. He might have been in there had he just committed to the throwdown. So now nobody on, 2 down. Tyler Nelson. That one's down and away for a ball. The first pitch was called a ball. It's 2-0. It's clarified by Dave Canales. Let's see what Lefebvre can do with a little bit of a gift on the base paths. Fires in a strike there. Lefebvre trying to get through 5 innings in relief. Then hopefully his offense can go to work after the stretch and get him in line for a win. Swing and a miss. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pearson Pollard appears to be walking down towards the foul pole to throw some plyos during the in-between innings. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The base is empty here in the 7th. Buckley unable to hang on to that one. Probably wasn't going to get the call anyway. So the count runs full. Paxton Bigby was actually down in the Pippins dugout getting some looks by the athletic training staff, and somebody probably alerted him, hey, you're on deck. 3-2 is downstairs, and so as Bigby continues to put his batting gloves on, didn't even get a practice cut, he's going to stroll to the plate.
Number 36, Paxton Bigby.
He had his pant leg rolled up over his knee, probably some bleeding that he needed taped up or something. As now Garrett DeGallier is going to go out and talk with Colton Lefebvre. I didn't see any action down in the Pips bullpen besides Pollard just kind of walking around. This is probably more of just a calm down meeting unless that's who's waiting. Looks like it might be Ian Fisher waiting to enter for his first game. Max Senesac awaiting the call, but Garrett DeGallier going to stick with Colton Lefebvre here to try and get one more out against the dangerous Paxton Bigbie. Well, if anything, that mound visit just allowed Bigbie a chance to warm up for his at-bat. Again, he was down in the Pips dugout. I assume he went back into the Pips clubhouse to get looked at by the training staff, but Colton Lefebvre, now with a man on and 2 outs, faces Paxton Bigbie. He is 0 for 1 today, walked and hit by a pitch. First pitch is right in there. Bigbie had a good day yesterday, 3 for 5. Had that bases clearing double in the 7th. Pickoff throw is high. Back on day 1, he was 1 for 2. He reached on 3 walks as well. Had a sacrifice fly. Bigbie has been a big part of their offense. The 0-1 pitch is poked foul. It's going to go over the banners and into the parking lot. And now Bigbie down to his final strike. Two strikeouts on the night for Lefebvre. His third would come in a huge situation. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive. Reeser plays the hop. Falling backwards, he throws. He pulls Haggerty off the bag. Advancing onto third is Tyler Nelson. Good backup by Buckley. Reeser might have been just as well to put that one in his pocket and concede runners at first and second. It's the first error of the ball game by the Pips. And the runners are at the corners with 2 down. Another precarious situation that Lefebvre is going to try to pitch out of. Bigbie on for the 3rd time today. Now Josh Hansen. Bigbie dancing at first. Wave and a miss by Hansen. He's behind in the count 0-1. Lefebvre has been able to strand 6 Cowlitz Black Bears on base. Not going, a big cut and a miss. Josh Hansen is in an 0-2 hole. Colton Lefebvre needs one more pitch to put the 7th in the books. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bigbie takes off. That pitch is called strike 3. Dave Canales rings up Josh Hansen. And 2 more are stranded for the Cowlitz Black Bears. It's stretch time here at the Orchard. Scoreless tie between the Pippins and the Black Bears.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about West Side Pizza?
I love West Side
I
Pizza.
love West Side. I love West Side.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
Let's do pizza.
West Side Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. West Side Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Colton LaFave with a huge third strikeout of his night to strand 2 runners in the top of the 7th inning, and now it's a new arm to face 7, 8, and 9 for Yakima Valley. The new pitcher for Cowlitz is number 25, Trig Behrens from Clark Community College, a native of Casper, Wyoming. This is his second appearance of the series. Behrens back on Friday, went 1 1/3, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 strikeout, and he qualified for the win. And so he's trying to continue to keep this game at a scoreless tie. Not a lot of run production out of this game. Yesterday, the two teams combined for 30 hits. Today, only combining for a total of 9. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning as we are approaching the 2-hour mark in this game. Behrens will be tasked with Gage Reeser first.
And now batting, number 8, Gage Reeser.
For Trig Behrens with the Clark Penguins, his season high in innings pitched was 2. Actually went 2 1/3 against Tacoma. As his first pitch to Gage Reeser spins into the strike zone. Reeser behind early. 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a pop out. He's going to send that one foul. I mentioned it earlier, but it's starting to become more and more true. Feels like whoever can break their goose egg first has a chance to win this game. Certainly have to continue to play good defense. Both teams only with 1 error. Someone's got to score first, though. Pitches outside 2-2. Speaking of scores, let's take a look around the West Coast League. Every game either finished or started here on a Sunday. Kelowna defeated Kamloops 9-3. Wenatchee took down Nanaimo on the road 10-3. The 2-2 is inside. It's a full count. Bellingham beat Edmonton 9-2 in a 1 o'clock game after last night's contest at 6:35 lasted 18 innings. That game got over at around midnight local time. The payoff pitch is sent back and Reeser stays alive. Can you imagine playing 2 full games in one night, having about 5 hours to get back to the hotel and get some sleep before you have to get up, eat breakfast, and then make your way back to the ballpark? 3-2, it rides behind the head of Gage Reeser, and he is on with a leadoff walk. That game last night between Bellingham and Edmonton, 3-2. That was the final score, 3-2 in the 18th inning. Some more scores today. Victoria beat Port Angeles 6-1. Those are the 4 finals, all of them in the North Division. Here in the South, Bend is up 2-0 on Corvallis in the bottom of the 8th inning. Walla Walla and Ridgefield are scoreless in the bottom of the 4th. Marion has a 1-0 lead on Portland, trying to take down the defending WCL champs, who are 8-0 to start off this season. That game's in the top of the 3rd down in Portland. And of course, our game in the top of the 7th. Actually, in the bottom. I don't know why I said top. Of course we're in the bottom. We're batting. I was just reading what Point Streak said. It updates every half inning. Gage Reeser takes off, and Cole Hansen's going to slice one into right field.
Reeser didn't realize that it was down for a hit. He turned when he got to second to make sure it wasn't caught. So first and second, nobody out. The Pippins trying to get a run across.
Number 15, Ethan Buckley.
So now here's Ethan Buckley, who, despite coming into the day with a measly 125 batting average, has a hit already. He has driven in 3 runs this season. Let's see what the Gonzaga kid can do. He squares to bunt, he pulls back and watches ball 1 up near his chin. Buckley going to be a redshirt junior next year. Still has 2 years left in college baseball. 1-0, squares to bunt, he gets it down, it's a good one. The pitcher able to grab it, and everybody's safe. Barons thought that his third baseman Davidson was going to be covering the bag. He tried to flip it there, but then had to throw it in his pocket because Davidson was crashing the bunt. And so now the bases are loaded and nobody is out. And Yakima Valley looking to score a run and break the scoreless tie. Back-to-back singles for the Pippins offense. And the top of the order is up. Dylan Anderson awaits the first pitch. He's going to swing, but he's going to send it foul. That one lands right in front of a lone fan up there in the general admission seating. Count is 0-1. Nobody out. You've got to try and push across at least one. That one's down and away. You take a walk at this point, too. Pippins now have 7 hits on the night. They've been hitting well. They had 8 hits on Friday night in that 8-2 loss. Colt, this one's driven high and deep to right. Definitely deep enough to score the run. Caught in between first and second is Buckley. He dives back safely. The Pippins score 1. A sacrifice fly by Dylan Anderson, and that is how the Pippins take the lead.
Number 10, Charlie Shepard.
The goose egg finally broken. There's a man at third and a man at first. And Charlie Shebler is the man in the box. It's going to be an offensive meeting here between Shebler and his head coach, Garrett DeGallier. That will also prompt a defensive meeting between Barons and the catcher, Carmona. It's Dylan Anderson who gets a sacrifice fly to score the game's first run. Buckley was tagging and going to second, but turned and headed back to first. All of that allowed Cole Hansen to make his way to third. Shebler came into today with 4 RBIs. The 5th one's waiting 90 feet away. First pitch on the ground. It's through the right side off the glove of Wynn. Motoring around second. Buckley's going to be at third. And the ball game is now 2-0. Charlie Shebler with an RBI single.
Number 1, Jaden.
Buckley 90 feet away with only 1 out. And the train can continue to roll with Jaden St. Cyr standing in the box. After nearly getting caught, failing to tag up, Buckley represents the 3rd insurance run.
First pitch, St. Cyr sends foul. One hops over the GA seating and into the concourse. A couple of young fans were going to play the hop, but St. Cyr behind in the count 0-1. He's going to yank one down the line, but foul right into the banners. Actually bounces back into the Pips bullpen. St. Cyr has not driven in a run yet this year. He's picked up 5 hits. Stepping off is Barons. Action down in the Pippins bullpen. It's Ian Fisher getting ready to enter in the 8th. St. Cyr's going to drive one hard on the ground to short. On to second for 1. Spinning around at second is Wynn. He's unable to get the throw on to first in time, and the Pippins score a 3rd run. Buckley comes across, and so all 3 men at the start of the inning have came across and given the Pips a 3-0 lead. St. Cyr has some speed over at first. We'll see if he's in action with 2 outs. It's Brett Haggerty at the dish. Big wave and a miss for Haggerty, trying to make that a 5-0 game. Check throw over to first. Barons during the spring gave up 7 runs. 4 of them were earned over 8 1/3 innings. He's given up all 3 runs here in this inning, as this one's right at Wynn. He's going to flip over to second for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before Yakima Valley can score 3 runs on a trio of hits. It's now 3-0, and it's time for Ian Fisher to make his Pips debut when we come back for the top of the 8th.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. 28-ounce Gatorades are 4 for $5. Fran's Donuts or sandwich bread is 2 for $5. Kettle Brand chips are 2 for $9. Plus find Key Men's Canvas Duck work pants for just $24.99 and Kleenex 4-packs for $6.99. And save in the bonus zone on Werner Jerky and Dawn Dish Soap. Saving our members more and keeping your dollars in your community. Bi-Mart since 1955.
A left-handed arm out of the bullpen. It's Ian Fisher coming into this game after Colton Lefebvre went 5 innings. Gave up only 3 hits, no runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Ian just finished up his senior year of high school at Carlsbad in Carlsbad, California. Committed to play for UCLA in the fall. With the Lancers, played in 8 games at a 2.06 ERA, 2-1 record over 37 1/3 innings pitched. Gave up 16 runs, walked 17, but struck out 50. As Ian is into this game for the first time, and his first chance to see some collegiate level bats. It's Carmona, Poffenroth, and Wainfeld here in the 8th inning. Pippins needs 6 outs to secure a salvage here in this second series of the homestand. Fisher's going to feature fastball and a breaking ball primarily. He's behind in the count 2-0. After 3 runs come across, Reeser, Hansen, and Buckley all scored. There's a first pitch strike to Carmona, 2-1, should say. I think the heat's getting to me. Buckley doesn't bring that one back. It's 3-1. Would love to see Fisher go a clean 8th inning after the Pips get 3 runs in support, but he's going to walk the first man he faces. Carmona's on.
Number 9, Gavin Poppenroth.
So now Poffenroth will stand back in after going 2 for 3 so far today. We were scoreless until the bottom of the 7th, just a few minutes ago. Fisher, the lefty. That pitch misses. Probably a few jitters for Ian Fisher. The bat kid straying out of the dugout. Now he's back behind protection. 1 ball, no strikes to Poffenroth. Fisher misses inside. Buckley's going to go out and try and calm down the young left-hander. Like I mentioned, first chance to see collegiate level bats in a competitive setting. Buckley has been around a few years, spent 2 years with Lynn Benton. Actually won the NWAC championship with Lynn Benton before transferring to Gonzaga. So some veteran words of advice being passed on by the Cape Town native to the California native. Dave Canales is going to break up the cordial visit. Carmona Jr. walked in the 8th inning just a few pitches ago. He would like to score the first run for Cowlitz. Fisher fires one right in there. Another productive mound visit by Ethan Buckley. Whatever he's said to Colton LaFave and to Ian Fisher's worked. They've both thrown strikes the first pitch after the meeting. 2-1 on the ground, and it's just fair inside the line. Getting out of the way is Senesac in the bullpen. It's going to bound all the way to the pole. Jansen gets it in and holds Carmona at third. Poffenroth has his second double of the game. And now there are 2 in scoring position with nobody out, and a chance to tie the game now as Wainfeld represents the 3rd run. Wainfeld is 0 for 2. He did reach on a walk, but was left stranded at first base. Fisher sends in a first pitch strike. You'd love to get out of this scoreless, but you got to at least keep that man in the box off the base paths. This one's on the ground over to Shebler. He's going to look back the runner at second. On to first. He is in time. Haggerty able to hold the bag. 1 run does come across.
It's a 2-run ball game now, but the Pippins still lead 3-1. Wainfeld gets an RBI. But now there's only one on. Tying run still in the box. Let's see if Fisher can get a couple of quick outs here. That's a good first pitch. 75-mile-an-hour off speed. Oh, 1 is just down. Davidson does have 5 hits on the season, but a 2-for-4 night last night helped him with that. Picked up one of those on Friday night as well. He's going to bound one back up the middle. Bittner into the glove. The throw across is high. Haggerty unable to throw the tag down. Scored a throwing error by Kyler Bittner. And now the go-ahead run steps to the plate. Cade Wynn. We'll see if they do actually give that an error, if that is an infield hit. Certainly the throw pulled Haggerty off the bag, and now Garrett DeGallier is going to have a quick chat with his young lefty. It is an error by Bittner out there. And this is a dangerous situation for Yakima Valley. After taking the lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th, 1 run is across here in the 8th. The tying run stands at first base, and the go-ahead run is in the box. If there is one positive, it's the 9-hole man up to bat now as Fisher's going to depart, and we'll have a new pitcher. The 9-hole man is up now, and the pitcher spot is due next, so we'll see what happens as the new arm comes in. This is Pippins Baseball.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about Westside Pizza?
I love Westside
I
Pizza.
love Westside. I love Westside.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
What's your pizza?
Westside Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. Westside Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
From one lefty to another, Pearson Pollard inherits a 2-on and 1-out scenario from Ian Fisher. Pollard on the season has appeared in 2 games, gone 5 1/3, given up 1 hit, 1 run. It was unearned. He's walked 6, but he struck out 10. He actually is 1-0 on the season. And so Pollard looking to shut this inning down, not allow any more Cowlitz base runners. It was very quick to get through 6 innings. The Black Bears left the bases loaded in the top of the 6th.
went fairly quietly in the 7th, and then the Pips scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th. 1 run is already across here in the 8th. It's 3-1. Cade Wynn is the first man to face the new lefty for the Pips. Squares to Bunny, gets it down. The play will be to first. So it's a sacrifice bunt that scores the second run for Cowlitz. But now there's 2 outs. And the top of the order due up. It appears that Dan Spencer is going to grab a position player for this at-bat, which means that Barron's day is done. It's Garitano. Here in the 8th. Give Wynn credit on a sacrifice. Now Garitano stands in with the tying run in scoring position. First pitch is definitely outside. It's ball 1. So 2 of the 3 runners have scored that Fisher has led on. The third one stands at second base. That's a line drive back up the middle. St. Cyr's going to have to come up throwing. He bobbles the ball in center field, and this game is tied. Garitano with a pinch hit single scores the third run for Cowlitz, and just like that, we're back where we started, even on the scoreboard. So all 3 runners Fisher allowed scores. 2 of them earned. Pollard gives up his first hit of the appearance. And now Tyler Nelson bats with a man at first base. The runner is going. The pitch is down and in. It's a stolen base easily for Garitano. For the second time after the Pippins have taken a lead, second straight night that Cowlitz has come back and at least tied the game. Last night they took the lead. This one is shot foul into the screen. It's now 1-1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th, where the Pips will try and take the lead again. It's Bittner, Jansen, and Reeser due up. Reeser started the scoring in the 7th inning with a leadoff walk. One ball and 1 strike, a man at second. This pitch is a dead ball. It's a ball. So it's going to be ruled a ball. It's 2-1. The ball did come out on a forward motion. It just hit Pollard in the leg. It's one of the shortest thrown pitches called for a ball you're probably ever going to see. So now it's 2-1 with the man at second. This one is shot down the right field line. This is trouble. Anderson's unable to get it. The Bears are going to take the lead on right now a double, and holding up is Tyler Nelson. It's a 4-run swing, and for the second straight night, the Pips took the lead in the bottom of an inning and gave it right back in the top. Barons gave up 3 runs after 3 straight base runners reached. The Pips were able to break the scoreless tie, but now they find themselves in a 1-run hole. Nelson pushed one down the line at 89 miles an hour. It was, according to TrackMan, 3 feet away from having home run distance. Was not high enough, but it crashed into the wall quickly. The 0-1 misses outside. One ball, 1 strike. Bigby is the 8th man to bat here in the 8th.
On the ground, Reeser's going to grab it to the side. He throws over to Haggerty in time for out number 3. But now the Pips have to go to work in the bottom of the 8th. They're down 4-3 after taking the lead in the 7th. They give it right back in the 8th inning.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about West Side Pizza?
I love West Side
I
Pizza.
love West Side. I love West Side.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
Let's do pizza.
West Side Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. West Side Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
New pitcher in for the Cowlitz Black Bears. For the second straight night, it is Buchanan getting the call out of the bullpen, the left-handed throwing hurler. Last night, earned the win in relief. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks and no strikeouts over his 2 innings worked. And now he will be tasked with hanging a 0 after the Pippins allowed 4 runs across in the 8th inning. That's been the story of this series, 4 spots. Last night, it was 2 separate 4 spots for the Bears. They had a 3 spot in the 8th inning back on Friday. Kyler Bittner against Buchanan is the first man here in the 8th. Swing and a foul tip. Drops down at the plate. It's strike 1. Looks like Orem is up in the bullpen for Cowlitz for presumably the 9th inning. Oh and 1. This one's fouled back. It's now 0-2. Orem had a weird situation yesterday where he was not actually on the lineup card, and so he initially came in to pitch for the 9th inning in a 1-run game, but was denied because he was not technically in the game, on the roster for that day. Bittner awaits an 0-2 pitch from Buchanan. He's going to line one out towards center field, but right at Hansen, and that is out number 1. So now Neil Jansen will bat. 1 for 3 today. Home plate umpire Dave Canales needs a ball, and it's actually going to come from the Cowlitz dugout. One that was fouled off in that plate appearance by Bittner. Neil Jansen trying to get the Pips back to even. Fouls one at the plate. Barons had been scoreless until he gave up those 3 runs in the 7th inning on his season. As now the Pips in danger of getting swept. Looked like they were going to
maybe salvage a game. Gonna have to fight back. Jansen, a dribbler, right back to Buchanan. It's between his legs. Throwing is the third baseman Davidson, but it's not in time. Jansen hustling the whole way. He will beat it out for an infield single. Jansen represents the tying run. Gage Reeser represents the go-ahead run. Pippins with 5 outs to navigate as this score stands. First pitch to Reeser's on the ground over to Davidson. Up to second for one. On to first. It's in the ground, but it's dug out by Bigby. No, it's safe. Reeser is safe. Just barely beat it out. That was close to being yet another killer of a double play for the Pips offense. Reeser and Jansen switch places. Good stop over there at third by Davidson. So the last hope here in the 8th is Cole Hansen. He did single and score back in the 7th. Picked up his first RBI last night, already 3 hits in a Pips uniform. First pitch swinging and unable to come up with that one. Dan Spencer is going to pop out of the dugout and make the call down to the bullpen for Orem. 1 pitch into the at-bat to Cole Hansen. Kind of an odd time to make a pitching change, but he will do so. Buchanan gets 2/3 of an inning in the books. It's 4-3 Cowlitz over Yakima Valley. We'll be back with the numbers for Orem right after this.
The Coliseum in Rome had their gladiator games, but it can't compete with Legends Casino Hotel's Coliseum of Cash. During our Summer of Games Thursday drawings in June, we're giving away over $77,000 in cash, plus a new Kawasaki side-by-side. Just use your Legends rewards card to earn entries. Who needs Roman chariot races when you can leave them all in the dust in a Kawasaki side-by-side? All hail Legends Casino Hotel in June, and let this Summer of Games begin.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
It is Orem on to pitch here, trying to get what is presumably a 4-out save. Camden from Linfield College, native of Lacey, Washington, on the season. 2 games appeared in, including one Friday night, 6 innings of work. 4 hits, 1 run given up. It was earned. 2 walks to 5 strikeouts. No saves on the season, but he has given up 2 doubles. Opponents batting 190 against the right-hander. He will face Cole Hansen now in an 0-2 count after inheriting a strike from Buchanan. The runner at first, Gage Reeser, is Buchanan's responsibility. Cole Hansen waves an orange and black stick. The 0-2 count. Pulled foul just ahead of it. Hansen staying alive as Max Senesac saves some of the pitchers that are warming up over there. Pippins trying to mount a 1-run comeback. They took the lead in the 7th 3-0, but then gave up 4 runs right afterward in the top of the 8th. Check over to first. Cowlitz has been in control this entire series. Now Orem, the 0-2, it's down and away. Gage Reeser on his way to second. The ball bounces away towards the second baseman, Wynn, but not far enough. It's a stolen base by Reeser, and now let's see if Hansen can get something into the outfield and let the wheels of Reeser do the work. Ethan Buckley waits on deck if Hansen could reach. One ball and 2 strikes. A man at second base. Swing and a miss. Cole Hansen unable to come up with it. And we will go to the 9th inning. Cowlitz leads 4-3 after an 8-run outburst in the top of the 8th.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. 28-ounce Gatorades are 4 for $5. Fran's Donuts or sandwich bread is 2 for $5. Kettle Brand chips are 2 for $9. Plus find Key Men's Canvas Duck work pants for just $24.99 and Kleenex 4-packs for $6.99. And save in the bonus zone on Werner Jerky and Dawn Dish Soap. Saving our members more and keeping your dollars in your community. Bi-Mart since 1955.
Top of the 9th inning. And yet again, the Pippins find themselves trailing by 1 run for the 2nd straight night. It was a scoreless game until the bottom of the 7th when the Pips scored 3, and then Cowlitz came back for 4 of their own in the top of the 8th. Pearson Pollard is still out there for Yakima Valley, gave up the 4th run. So he will try and hold to a 0 here as Cowlitz will send up their 4, 5, and 6 hitters. It was a huge RBI single by Garitano that tied the game, and then Nelson hit a double that took the lead. Pollard's first pitch is called a strike to Josh Hansen, the only man that didn't bat in the 8th inning. Pips have 9-1-2 due up in their bottom half of the 9th. Hoping to approach that, only down by a run. Hansen and the Black Bears offense has other plans, and it's Pearson Pollard trying to keep them at bay. 1-1 is downstairs. No action in either pen. It's Pollard versus Orem the rest of the way. 2-1 is upstairs. The Pippins played pretty clean from their pitching staff and on defense until about that 7th inning. Pips committed their first error, and then it kind of snowballed from there into the 8th. Hansen's going to take a leadoff walk. Pollard being a little too careful there with Hansen. He loses him. And now Jose Carmona Jr. got everything started in the 8th, drawing a leadoff walk. Carmona, and then Poffenroth and Wainfeld due up here after the leadoff walk to Hansen. Another check back. Pollard being extra careful with the runner over at first. Bunt squared, but it's fouled off of Ethan Buckley. The count now 0-1. Or, excuse me. Yeah, 0-1. Number 2 checkovers. Carmona came into today batting 167. He's officially 0 for 2. Ground out, fly out, a sac bunt. As this one's popped up, diving is Pearson Pollard. He's going to throw on to first, double play. Pearson Pollard lays out, and with a Superman extension, is able to scramble to his feet and turn the twin killing. That'll wake up the crowd here at the Orchard. A stinger off the bat. Hung up just enough for Pollard, and then he chucked it onto Haggerty in time. First pitch is lined into center field. It's going to get down for a 2-out hit. Well, you feel a little bit better with 2 outs than nobody out. Pollard was able to help create some of that. Poffenroth with his 4th hit of the day. Scored once, stolen a bag. Again, you circle Poffenroth, who didn't even start in game 1. He was 0 for 5 coming into this series, but now he is 4 for 5 today. Came into this game 1 for 9. Pollard just needs to focus on Wainfeld in the box. He's behind in the count 1-0. Wainfeld's been out on the ground 3 times. He also walked, drove in one of the 4 runs in the 8th inning. Pollard behind in the count 2-0. It's now 3-0. Pollard misses upstairs. It was a leadoff walk and then a double play, and now a 2-out single and danger for another walk. Pollard needs to fight back here, down in the count 3-0. That one called a strike. Wainfeld, this is his 5th game with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Got his first RBI of the season in the 8th. 3-1 is right in there, and now the count has run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Poffenroth is going to get a head start over at first. Pollard with the biggest pitch of this game for Yakima Valley. First a check over. Wainfeld's the batter, Pollard's the pitcher. Poffenroth at first.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss. Pearson Pollard gets out of the jam. And here we go for the second straight night. Yakima Valley needs 1 run to tie in the bottom of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. Thrilling conclusion is next. This is Pippins Baseball.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
What do you want?
It's just not that easy.
What do you want? Seafood? Mediterranean? What do you want?
Hey guys, what about West Side Pizza?
I love West Side
I
Pizza.
love West Side. I love West Side.
Yeah, the Hawaiian's great.
What's your pizza?
West Side Pizza?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Gross. West Side Pizza, saving relationships since 1996.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
Bonnie Tyler was just preaching that the Pippins need a hero here in the 9th. Last night, Preston Allen was able to get on with the leadoff walk, but then was doubled up after a line drive by Dylan Anderson to right fielder Wainfeld was caught and thrown back to first to nab Allen. Again, it's the number 9 spot in the order due up here. It's Ethan Buckley this time, not Preston Allen. A 1-1 driven right through the left side. Leadoff base runner. That's the tying run. The go-ahead run and the winning run now stands in the batter's box in the form of Dylan Anderson for the second time in as many nights. Buckley needs to be smart over at first as Preston Allen is going to pinch run for Ethan Buckley. Pippins trying to put just a few more seconds of speed on the base paths. Remember, Allen's been doubled off twice, so he's going to have to be very smart over at first base. Buckley will end his day 3 for 4. Good day for Ethan. So now Preston Allen is the runner. And Dylan Anderson is at the dish. First pitch, a wave and a miss by Anderson. I did mention Orem has given up 1 run. It was earned. Working on a what would be 4-out save. Allen takes outside to even the count. Pippins led 3-0 after 7 and then gave the lead right back to Cowlitz 4-3 after the top of the 8th. Pearson Pollard was able to turn a double play to help him get out of the 9th. Ow. Anderson swings and misses. Counts now 1-2. Anderson needs to fight to stay alive, at least move Allen over to second. Charlie Shebler waits on deck. Anderson waits. The 1-2. That one's downstairs.
Orem has walked 2 and struck out 5 coming into this game. 1-2 is well outside, and now the counts run full. Dylan Anderson needs a walk or a base knock. Three balls, 2 strikes. Allen at first. Anderson in the box. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the first out here in the 9th. Anderson tried to anticipate velocity. Did not come up with it. So now Charlie Shebler will stand in the box. Had a chance last night to reignite the offense after the double play, but popped out to the shortstop Nelson. Pippins down to their last 2 outs. Orem wiggles his fingers as he waits for the set. First pitch line through the right side. Back-to-back hits. Preston Allen's going to hold up at second. And now Jaden St. Cyr has a chance to tie this game. One man standing down in the bullpen for Cowlitz with a ball in his hand. That looks to be Robinson, the lefty. But this is Orem's game. Nobody is warming up in either pen. Jaden St. Cyr with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch, he went around halfway. Strike number 1. St. Cyr does not have a run driven in yet this year. Looking for a huge first RBI to at least tie this game. 0-1 is downstairs on the breaking ball. Definitely took stuff off of that. 69 miles an hour. Outfield shaded pretty normally. 1-1 well inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brett Haggerty looms in the on-deck circle, who is 0 for 4 today. Tying run is at second base. The walk-off run is standing at first. 2-1, a big wave and a miss by St. Cyr. In the shadow of the Yakima Ridge, the Pippins trying to push across a couple of runs. St. Cyr waits patiently at the plate. Orem takes his time coming set. Now the 2-2 is lined. It's going to fall in front of the shortstop, and this is going to be a fielder's choice. St. Cyr with some speed to get down to first. The tying run is now 90 feet away. Allen had to make sure that that wasn't caught by the shortstop Nelson. Shebler is forced out. And now Brett Haggerty, the last hope for Yakima Valley. Brett's driven in 2 runs so far this season. You don't need a home run here, just need something to the outfield that would score the tying run. Preston Allen waits 90 feet away. Haggerty, did he go around? No, he did not, according to Dylan Self. Haggerty able to hold his bat back. Yakima Valley leads the all-time series with Cowlitz 23-21. They defended their home turf 13-10. 1-0 is ripped on the ground. Davidson up with it, slowly on to first, and that is the ball game. The Pippins are swept at home by the Cowlitz Black Bears, and on the second straight night, the Bears have a late innings rally to take the lead and now take the series. 4-3. Cowlitz is victorious tonight as they will head to their next destination happily. The Black Bears now 3-3 in West Coast League play. They will have an off day tomorrow before they take on the Marion Berries at home for a 3-game series, and then they'll travel back up to Walla Walla for a 3-game series over the weekend. Yakima Valley drops now to 3-6, and they're currently on a 4-game losing streak. Unable to salvage their second series at home, they drop to 2-4 at home. And now we'll have to take tomorrow's off day to recover before the bus ride down to play the Ridgefield Raptors. A reminder, that broadcast will go live at about 6:20, audio only, as it's a 6:35 p.m. first pitch for all 3 games down in Ridgefield before the Pips will return home on Friday the 13th for a 3-game series against the Northwest Star Nighthawks. Tough finish on back-to-back days here for Yakima Valley as this game ends just before 8 o'clock local time. And it's another heartbreaker for the Pips in their home ballpark. That'll wrap up our coverage here of the final game of 6 here at home, the Orchard. For everyone involved with the Pippins broadcast and with Pippins baseball, I'm Harmon Johnson signing off and saying stay safe, have a good night, and I'll talk to you all from Ridgefield on Tuesday, the 10th of June. Final score tonight, Cowlitz 4, Yakima Valley 3. You've been listening and watching a presentation of Yakima Valley Pippins baseball.